Okay.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just made it sure.
I'll do it. All right, welcome back to the Bonsai Movie Crew. Another week and another movie. What episode is this?
God.
20.
It's
This is
20.
25, isn't it? Is this
25, 6.
I'm going to say 24.
I think
I'll
it's
find out.
25.
I think it's 25
I'm
too.
saying 24.
So
Well, I'm gonna look at it and find out because I can.
pretty sure this is Pod 25.
Nope, it's 24.
Ha
24. Next week.
Join us next week for 25.
25. Bye.
Shortest podcast.
That's what we thought.
Yep. All right. Well, this week, first off, I want to go through and throw a few things out there. I didn't tell you guys. My cousin Megan is making us some. What do they call those? Audio segue.
She's getting us segues?
Well, they're like segues.
Yeah, they have our logo.
They
They have our logo on them. We can drive them
Yeah.
around.
Podcast of us just writing them back and forth.
They've got our mics on them. We're just riding them around.
The Bonsai Movie Crew Segway Edition.
We've gone mobile.
You're rolling around the mall.
That's pretty empty. You might as well.
Just talking to people.
Yeah. So she does like audio editing and picture editing, and she does like audio bites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I asked her to make us some stuff to get us through so whenever we segue from like the intro into news, and then from like even your trivia, and also she's doing one for our reviews, talking about the movie and things like that. So I've already got I've already got all the recordings except one. So I might put them on this podcast. I guess you'll see. I guess if you're listening to it and you're already hearing them, then they're on.
Congrats.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my cousin. I told her I would throw her name out there and see if anybody, if you ever need anything like audio editing, audio like I call them bumps is what I call them.
Yeah.
Audio
Yeah.
bumps.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Then I'll give you her contact info for Linktree, and you can go there. You go to her Facebook, her whatever other sites she has. I know she's got a Facebook and a couple other sites there that you guys can check out. But it is linktree.com, but it's the link is linktr .ee, and then this is /MEGANALLSUP. That's Megan also. That's my little cousin. I think she's my little cousin. We're about the same age. So, but yeah, check her out. And I told her I'd throw her name out there, and I'll throw a link. I'll throw the link on the description for the video and in the podcast and stuff, because she did it for free for me because we're related. She ain't gonna do it for free for you though, just so you're aware. And no, I don't have any promo code or anything crazy like that. She's just starting out, just like us. So check her out and get a hold of her if you have.
Promo codes are for rich people.
Promo codes are for rich people, and we don't get
Cords.
paid for this. we do this.
What?
Chords.
Chords?
I thought it said promo chords.
Promo cords, yeah, promo cords. Yeah. So anyway, I also wanted to kind of throw out a few other podcasts that I've been listening to, because this is something I don't think we talk enough about. I think that we should support other podcasts. If you want support from the community that you're working in, I think that you should probably help support them also. So
Right.
I don't know if you guys listen to any podcasts, but I've been listening to this one called Breaking Canon, the Breaking Canon podcast. They used to only cover like Star Wars stuff, but they've segued away from all that, and they've been doing what they do is they'll cover a series of movies. Right now, they are covering the Terminator movies. They've done 1, 2, 3, and Salvation, and they just did Genesis. The next one I believe they're doing is the last one, which is Dark Fate. And they're pretty cool guys. I like listening to them. They're pretty entertaining. And they're like us. They talk about the movie They don't get into news or anything like that, but they do talk about some trivia and things like that. But they talk very heavily about the movie, and they're guys that love the movies that they're reviewing. So if you like that, then check them out. Also, I listen to the Straight Chillin' Horror Podcast. If you guys are into horror movies, these guys are a lot like the Breaking Canon guys. They're hilarious, and I love listening to those guys. I've listened to almost all their podcasts, and they've got like something like 400 episodes. So they're pretty awesome. I listen to them a lot. They're probably my favorite podcast. And then I also listen to Development Hell, which was created by an editor from Dread Central. He covers horror movies that were essentially in development hell, so they were never really made. Like you can go and listen to one on the 2018 It movie, and he covers the Cary Fukunaga. He talks about the Cary Fukunaga script that was written, that Cary Fukunaga wrote, and it's a lot different than the script that you got for the actual movie. So there's a lot of differences there, but it's a really interesting podcast, and he goes into detail with some of those. He also talks. There's another one where he talks about Killer Clowns from Outer Space and how they were going to do as a sequel, and he talks about that. And these are all real things that were talked about but never came to light. Like they were in talks of getting Quentin Tarantino to do a Friday the 13th Part 4, I think it was, or something, and that never happened. This is obviously back then. But anyway, so check that out. I also listen to the Dead Meat podcast, which is another horror podcast. And they don't really do reviews. They more or less talk about the movie, what they liked or didn't like. They're okay. I would say I started out listening to a lot of their stuff. They only do 1 hour episodes every 2 weeks, and it's not the. I mean, they were like one of the first podcasts that I listened to, and they were good, but like, I don't know, some of their opinions and things get on my nerves a little bit. So, but they're good. They're good to listen to. And then obviously I have to throw my daughter in the mix here. She's got her own podcast now, and she covers a horror movie every other week, and then also a serial killer or a series of murders every other week. So it'll go like a horror movie, then a serial killer, horror movie, serial killer, and she's still in her infancy. She's not quite got it down yet, but she's getting there very, very well actually. And she does her research. She tries her best. So, and so I cannot recommend that enough. And I'm also on that podcast whenever she talks about the serial killers, because I like hearing about that stuff. But that's all I got for that. I do have a little bit of, well, not really. Karen's got some news.
I got one
bit of news.
One bit of news because it interested me. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but so the Rick and Morty thing, them getting rid of
with Dan damn it, what's his name? Justin Roiland.
Yeah, getting rid of Justin Roiland because they like
because of those domestic charges.
Yeah, but like this is why I kind of felt like I had to talk about it a little bit, because like, so what I don't get is like a few years back he was messaging like little girls and stuff.
Was that him?
Yeah, and then Dan Harmon's done kind of the similar thing.
Dan Harmon did a short video, a short film where it was like a Dexter parody, only instead of killing bad guys, he had sex with disobedient babies. And it was really fucked up, and it was very uncomfortable.
He also had allegations, though. Like,
I believe that, yeah.
Of, like, little kid.
I believe that.
Like, messaging little kids and stuff. So they've both been in trouble for, like, creeper stuff, like, back in the day. But they're going to fire Justin Roiland over domestic violence.
Right, and they're
going to keep Dan Harmon. Because it's not okay to beat a woman up. But it's okay to message little girls.
Dude, I love Rick and Morty. It's one of my favorite cartoons, but dude, those two are fucked up. Like, they're...
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, you can't tell me that if you watch that show, that those things come from normal minds, okay?
That's true.
I'm just saying, like, okay.
Those things come from normal minds.
I'm just saying,
they're not normal thinking people.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, like, obviously their creative genius comes from a dark place and that whatever.
They say most comedy comes from dark places.
Right. What I'm getting at though is the studio or like the people behind the firing.
Well, they've jumped around so much because they were on Hulu, they were on HBO. I don't know where. Honestly, I don't even know where to watch it anymore.
I'm just saying that, like, your standards are fucked.
Right.
Like, you're gonna fire him over domestic violence, but these fuckers are like creeping on little girls. But that's okay. That's okay. That where we draw the line is like hitting a woman in the face.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the internet has spoken. The largest push to replace him for voices is Danny DeVito and Charlie Day. They want them to voice
for Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
I could totally get behind Charlie Day doing Morty.
They want Charlie Day to do Morty, and they want Danny DeVito to. And they don't even care that the voices don't match. They want them to do it with their regular voices.
I can see that, dude. Yeah, I could totally get behind that.
So anyway, that's the bright spot in the story. I'm sorry I brought it down a little bit with my kind of.
I say, where's this going?
But,
you're making me upset.
No, I'm bringing it up again. That is where the internet spoke. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. I just had to bring that out there a little bit. Where things are just so fucked.
They are so fucked right now.
So fucked. But anyway, yeah. So the leading push is for Charlie Day and Danny DeVito to take it over.
So I don't disagree. I don't think that Dan Harmon or Justin Roiland are good people by any means. I think they're bad fucking people. But at the same time, what do you do nowadays, man? You got either really terrible people or you got these woke psychos. What do you do? Like, where do we get to stand here? Because you have to. If you're not with either of them, you're against both of them.
Right.
So I don't. This is where I'm just like, dude, just leave me alone.
Yeah, I know.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Well, and that's kind of
why we don't
saying.
get into politics and stuff like that on here because
right.
I don't want nothing to do with any of it.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, you can't watch that show and think that stuff comes from like a normal mind,
right?
Like from a mind like mine or yours, or you know what I mean. Like, I can't think of those kind of things, but I also don't want to know what's going on in their head. Because I laugh at it. I think it's hilarious. I also don't agree that they're firing him for that, but this is going on, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a double thing, and I can't wrap my mind around it.
I'd rather fire somebody that's trying to message little girls.
Right.
That's what she's saying. Is they
that's
should
what
have
I'm
been
getting
fired a
at.
long time ago.
They should have. If they're gonna fire them,
they should have been fired a long
they
time
should.
ago.
But they're not firing Dan Harmon, and he's still a creeper. That's my point. That's the point I'm making, is that they're getting all up in arms about Justin Roiland.
I just don't understand how
has a domestic violence.
They've got like an 80 episode contract.
Yeah.
And they don't have, like, how are they going to fill these episodes without the creators? You know what I mean? Like, Justin Roiland's officially gone.
Mm-hmm.
So Dan Harmon's one step away from being a goner.
Right.
And he does one more stupid thing. They're like, dude, we just can't do it anymore with you.
I don't know.
I guess at that point, I mean,
at
I
that
guess you
point
just
in
void
time,
the contract.
they're just going to, either they're voiding the contract and canceling the show, or they're going to try to get some other creative minds in there and muddle on. It won't work, but they'll muddle, kind of like what they did with
But what if it did, though?
Oh man, like,
what if
I
it did
know.
work?
Because they're,
get Mike Judge in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
He did King of the Hill, and
see, and that's the thing too. Like, you got people like Mike Judge and stuff, and like, God,
you
never did anything wrong.
Yeah.
And he's a comedic genius. He did such funny shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
King of the Hill, baby. King of the Hill and Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
But anyway, move on.
That was all my news. That was all I had.
All your news.
Yeah, that was it.
I've got a few trailers to share with everybody. There wasn't really a whole lot for me going on this week. Okay, so there's a trailer out for a movie called The Boogeyman. This is not a sequel to the 2000 whatever.
The shithole.
Piece of shit
Shit
movie.
heel.
And then it spawned 2 sequels.
The other one did?
Yeah. It had 2 sequels.
I had no idea that it had sequels
There
at
was
all.
Boogeyman 2 and Boogeyman 3, and I didn't watch those, but I watched the first one, and that movie was a pile of dog shit. That movie was not. I never liked that movie.
Did it have any box office money that it pulled in?
Which one?
The first one.
Oh,
Because
I don't know.
sometimes they make sequels just because it pulled in box office.
Well, I
money.
think the sequels are straight to DVD kind of
Oh,
no name bullshit. So this movie actually looks good. This is a Stephen King adaptation, so it could be good. The trailer looks good. It looks scary. It doesn't look cheap or cheesy like that old one did. I don't even know what the old one year it came out. But if you're interested in that, check that out. It does look really good, and you can find that on YouTube. Next, we have a Big George Foreman trailer, which actually looks pretty good. It's a boxing movie about George Foreman
Oh.
Yeah.
in his younger days and how he
Is it sad that my mind went straight to the grill?
the grill. No, not at all. That's
like,
let's face it. That's
I
what
was
he's best
thinking,
known
is
for.
it a cooking show?
Let's face it. That's what he's best known for. So George Foreman, if for nobody who knows who George Foreman is, he's not just a burger grill guy.
I mean, I knew he was.
Yeah,
but
he's a boxer, and I think he was a world heavyweight. He was a heavyweight champion or something
Yeah.
like that. And then something happened, and he decided to go into like preaching and priesthood and things like that. Put on a bunch of weight, and then I guess money got tight or something. He had to go back to boxing. While he was a heavier set guy, they're like, you don't have to be a ripped guy to be a boxer, man.
No, you really
So he
don't.
went back in, and he was a heavyweight champ. I don't know if he ever won the heavyweight championship again.
after he went back in,
Yeah,
I think he did.
he might have. But George Foreman was always known as one of those nicer, better kind of boxers. One of those guys who was always kind of a stand-up kind of athlete.
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
kinda. He was always super
Sorry.
polite, kind of like Muhammad Ali. And who was the other one that was really, really sweet and polite? There was another one like that, but they were just like really down-to-earth, sweet guys. And just because they know how to punch people in the face doesn't make
Didn't
them
he name
assholes.
like all of his kids George Foreman?
I'm thinking he did.
I
George or
remember reading something like even his daughter or daughters.
something? It was like George or something
George.
like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah. Like, how do you know which one they're talking
Yeah,
to?
which one?
Did they? Like, I think they called them by their middle names, but all of their first names were George.
Why not just make their middle names George?
No, ask
So
George.
dumb. George, you're an idiot. It's a good thing you got that grill. I'm just kidding, man. Don't punch me.
he'll apologize afterwards.
Then my nose will be on the side of my face.
Your
Then it
nose
will
would
be.
probably be gone.
Yeah.
What happened? Got run
I'll
over?
never like that's like Mike Tyson, dude. I would if I saw him, I don't think I could talk to him
No doubt, you'd be scared.
I'd be
to
scared he'd
death.
punch
You'd
me.
say the one wrong thing.
because he will punch you.
Yeah,
He will
Yeah.
deck you in the face.
yeah.
I'm not talking around that
He's
guy.
really.
And I have a
down to
big
earth
fucking
now.
mouth. I have a
Mike
big mouth.
Tyson has came down that troop like big time.
I guess, but still, there's always that like.
There's always that chance.
He's become
Yeah.
like a very big sweetheart now.
I believe that, but he
Put
was
that
also
up.
like he punched that guy on the airplane.
Well, yeah.
So
You would too if somebody
somebody's talking shit. Maybe
kept
I don't know,
on,
man.
kept on, and pushing and pushing and pushing, and finally something's
I
gonna
don't know. I
snap.
feel like I just say one thing wrong and
Tyson's just got too much ghetto in him still. He's ready to fight.
yeah.
That and that tattoo on his face doesn't make him look like a nice person.
No. Still
All right.
screams, "I'll punch you in the fucking
I got
face."
one more.
I'm sure he would.
One more trailer here. This is for an Amazon series called The Power. It's got Toni Collette in it, John Leguizamo. It's about these girls in school these girls start to develop. I guess they develop an extra organ that gives them a power of electricity. It looks interesting. They don't really say too much about what the show's about, other than there's some kind of like revolution happening in there somewhere. I don't know. But it looks good. It's got Toni Collette and John Leguizamo. I'm down. So check out the trailer for that. It's called The Power. It's going to be coming to Amazon. And last but not least, that's it.
Okay.
I think that's it. Hold on.
There's
Let
a
me
murder
check to make
mystery
sure.
too. That trailer just dropped.
Did I not? Did I? I
don't
didn't talk
thi-
about
I
that
don't
last
think you-
week.
I don't think.
I think I did, didn't I? I don't think
Maybe.
I did. I don't think I did. I think you're right.
I know you sent the message to us this week.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think I
why I was
did.
bringing it up.
Yeah, I don't think I did. Okay, yeah. And also about that DC announcement from James Gunn, I'm not going to sit here and explain to you everything that happened with that whole announcement, what's leaving, what's staying, what he's doing new. If you want to check that out, get on YouTube. There's an entire video. It's like a 2 or 3 minute video. And he goes through and talks about everything that they'll be doing and what they're taking away. Just know that Henry Cavill isn't returning, and neither is Gal Gadot. I don't know if Ben Affleck's coming in any capacity other than they might let him direct a movie. I'm not sure what is going on with him. But other than that, like, they're just kind of trying to rebrand the whole DCEU thing. And I'll let you guys get in and check that out. I'm not going to get mixed up in that too much. I'm going to let everybody else just check that out and just know that there's some real shit bags in there that I'm like, I'm not interested. Like, they're making an Amanda Waller TV series, and I'm like, why? Nobody cares about Amanda Waller. You know?
Do I even know who that is?
She's played Viola Davis in the Suicide Squad movies.
Oh, okay.
So, I like Viola Davis. I think she's a great actress. But I don't care for her character. Honestly, it's probably one of my least favorite Viola Davis characters. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Hold on.
Brushish? Okay.
I didn't have to take the picture. I just did. Anyway, so moving on. Let's move into what everybody's been watching. Eric, what you been watching, buddy?
Oh, so I watched. Oh hell, I gotta get my notes out.
He wasn't
I
prepared.
was not. He was looking at you, so I was like thrown off.
He did a rope-a-dope.
Yeah, he did. So I watched Young Guns 2. I had to watch the second one.
Nice, dude. I love Young Guns.
Oh yeah, I love that
I
movie.
haven't seen those movies. Now I kind of want to watch them.
Mhm.
They're on Amazon Prime.
And Burbs. I still haven't got around to watching that.
That's
'cause
still
you got
on
me in that.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you what, movies like that, you get a hankering sometimes. Just get into
Yeah.
some old movies like that.
Then I watched Jurassic World Dominion.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it? It's pretty good.
I
I
stopped
enjoyed
after
them.
the third. I haven't seen anything since the third one.
You should watch the ones with Chris Pratt in them.
The ones with
I
Chris Pratt are good.
I don't disagree. I
don't know about the
I've
newest
seen
one,
the first one and the last one. I still haven't seen the second one though.
Of these?
Of the
New ones?
newer ones.
The second one was
weird.
okay.
I haven't gotten the chance to rent it or anything like that.
Mm.
The other ones have been out for free, but the second one for some reason has not came out.
I
be
hate it
streamed.
when they do that. Like when a streaming channel will get like 1, 3, 7.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
You need to keep it in order. Then I watched The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that's a loaded cat. That's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good flick,
Great,
though.
yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
movie.
I love
Yeah,
Guy
if
Ritchie
you haven't
movies.
seen it, check it out.
Yeah.
And then I've been starting to watch that Samaritan. I haven't gotten all the way through.
I
it
thought
yet.
about checking it out.
So for what I've seen, I've enjoyed it. I just haven't been able to actually sit down and watch. I've been like, okay, I gotta go do this, so I stop it. Gotta go do this, stop it. I'm like, I still have like 30 minutes left to watch. So, but as what I've seen, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. So that's about all I got to watch.
Karen, what the hell you been watching?
I finished that 2 Sentence Horror Stories, and then I watched that the Texas Killing Fields. I finally got around to watching that one.
Did you? Yeah.
I watched 21 Jump Street, the movie. So I had never seen it.
You've
Never seen
That's
it?
funny as shit.
It is a
It's
funny
fucking
movie.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny
That's
as
a good
shit.
movie.
Is that
I
the
loved
one
it
where
when,
he's- oh, that's the second one I'm thinking. Never mind.
I haven't seen the second one yet. Yeah.
I
The
won't
first
watch
one's
it.
better, but the second one is worth watching.
Yeah. Oh, I plan to watch it. I just haven't
Where
seen
he's
it yet.
dating.
Yeah.
I finished Paradise PD because they just came out with the 4th season, and that was gonna be the last season, so I finished that. If you guys have not watched that,
I've seen like one episode.
What is it?
watch it.
Paradise
PD.
It's
Do
on
not
Netflix.
watch it with your kids.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
seen
Do
clips
not.
of it. I've not actually.
No,
seen
like
the
you'll be
episodes yet.
tempted to. Like in season 1, you'll be tempted to, but don't.
No,
because
I
as it
already-
goes-
I've seen clips on it. I'm not. Gonna
As
let
it
the kids
goes,
watch
it is progressively worse and worse and worse. Like season 4, I was like, "Am I old enough to watch this?" Like there was like parts in season 4. I'm like, there should be a warning for me. Like, no, I mean it's really freaking funny.
Is it just raunchy or is it
It's
like
really bad. Like it's just so. I can't,
extreme dark humor.
yeah, and yeah.
it's like nudity and sex and shit?
No,
or
no, no,
something?
no, 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 no.
Just
no.
raunchy and
Yeah,
and
like just
The provocative.
yeah, like there's sex talk, and I mean you see a lot of dicks in season 4, like cartoon dicks, but there's nothing like, like, okay, here's something, the one guy, like, he's like a virgin, he never gets laid, he in the whole thing, so he buys a sex doll or whatever, but the sex doll doesn't want him, so she buys a sex doll.
What the fuck?
And like, and it just goes on and on. But nothing. You don't really see anything. You know what I mean?
Just
like,
very provocative.
yeah, there's just like, but that's not even most of it. Like, most of it is not like sex humor. It's just bad. Like, you don't want your kids to hear it. You don't want them to see it, kind of stuff. You know. But yeah, if you are an adult, check it out. Hilarious. Just don't be tempted to let your kids see it in season 1. Then we watched Farzar because it's made by the same people. I'm not getting into that as much though.
I tried to watch the first episode of that too, and I was just kind of like, and my kids were in the room.
Yeah,
And I was just like, this probably isn't appropriate for my kids.
yeah, I'm not getting into that as much though. Like I've watched I think like 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not feeling this one. I watched The Guilty. That was a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal where he's like a 911 operator. That was really good. I watched an episode of a show called Paranormal that I've been wanting to see. Didn't care for it, so I got rid of it. And then I watched You season 3, not all of it. I'm trying to get back into it because I need to finish it.
I gotta
I'm
say,
not feeling
season 3 was the worst season so far.
Yes, like I'm not feeling it. I'm probably gonna finish this and I'm done. I don't want anything
There's only
to do with
doing one more season.
I don't care.
I'm gonna watch the last season.
I don't care. Like,
He's
I'm
a-
over it.
He's a completionist. He has to finish it.
My problem is, like, he's spent all of this time looking for the perfect person.
And he found her.
He found her, and now he doesn't
Not
want her.
good enough, yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I'm over it.
It's annoying as shit.
Yeah, I'm over it. Like, I'll probably finish this season, then I'm over it. I fucking watched Violent Night.
Yes.
His motherfuckers told him. It's good.
It's
I mean,
fucking
It's all you got to
awesome.
say is this good?
Jeremiah will laugh when he hears this. It's nice.
It's nice.
Nice.
No, we were talking about a movie, and he said, yeah, what movie was it? The Quick and the Dead. And we were talking about it, and we were talking about how good it was or whatever. And he's like, it's nice. And the way he said it, I was like, was it renovated? It's got nice bathrooms now?
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Anyway, yeah, no, it was really good. I kind of disagree with your assessment, though. Like, I didn't think John Leguizamo was too bad. I mean,
He was just kind of one note,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He
it
wasn't
wasn't-
charismatic, really, in a lot
Yeah.
of ways.
I just think he was the boss.
That's exactly all he was.
Yeah. He played
I
his
think-
character. That's who he was.
I don't know. I think he could have put a little bit more
Yeah, it's for sure. I agree.
emphasis and you know what I mean.
He
Did
could have
you-
put more
did you
into the
catch?
character.
I'll ask you. Did you catch the guy that was supposed to be on the icicle, but then he was gone? Like, you see the guy fall out of the window.
Oh,
he
yeah,
gets
yeah.
impaled,
Yeah.
and then later on you see where he fell, but the body's gone.
Yeah, the body's gone. Yeah, I see
There's
that.
no body.
Movie mistake.
Yeah, movie mistake.
Or it's Christmas magic.
Yeah,
It could be Christmas. Well, maybe the reindeer got hungry.
Well, they weren't
They
even
were
there.
gone. They took off.
Well, they might have come down and got the body and went back up.
Let's take this home to Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. She'll make something good out of it. Then I watched a movie called Strange Days because I've been wanting to see it. Finally came on. I think it was
seen that.
HBO. I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
It was very forgettable.
Yeah.
It could have been so much better. Didn't care for it. Alone in the Dark.
Is that the one with Christian Slater?
Yeah. I have to say,
That's
though,
actually a based off a video game.
yeah, it is. I have to say, like, I kept hearing about how bad it is, and of course I'm like, yeah, cool, bad movie, I'll watch it. That is probably the most put together Uwe Boll movie I've ever seen, and that's not saying much, but it still is. Like, it's probably the most coherent.
Probably
one.
because it already had an existing story from the video game.
So did all the other ones that he's done.
Mhm.
Blood Rain.
Oh yeah.
House of the Dead.
Blood Rain could have been so much better. And Blood Rain lost its cool with me whenever they showed her tits. I was like, really? Like, we don't need to see the main
House
character
of the Dead.
naked.
He's like intercutting pieces of the fucking video game in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he had coherent plot lines to work with. Uwe just is terrible, but you should still watch Postal. That's fucking great. And then there's a new show out with Natasha Lyonne called Poker Face.
Yeah.
Fucking watch it.
What's that on?
Peacock.
On Peacock?
Yes, it is so good.
Yeah.
And in the first episode, you're gonna see a guy that.
Wait, oh yeah, she's your woman crush.
Oh
isn't she?
yes, I would go lesbian for her in 2
I
seconds.
don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know why.
she's
She's
know.
funny and shit. I think she's great.
She's trashy as shit.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
just like trashy bitches.
I guess I like trashy
She
women.
likes that raspy voice.
Yeah, I do.
Probably what
I
it
do.
is, yeah.
But in the first episode, if you guys don't watch any other thing, at least watch the first episode for me, because there is a real life Greaser Greg. You guys watched Garbage Pail Kids? Remember Greaser Greg?
Yes.
No, I don't remember.
There's a real life Greaser Greg. Like, he walks out and I'm like, is that fucking Greaser Greg? He looks just like him. I'm not kidding.
Short and little scrunched up face.
Oh,
and
he's
everything.
not short. He's like a regular sized dude, but he looks like a real life Greaser Greg.
That's fucked up.
But anyway, if you guys get a chance, check it out. It's very good. Very, very good. And that's it. That's all I watched.
Cool.
Just because you said it, I'm not going to watch it.
I don't care. Fuck you.
You're missing out, not me.
I watched a
your
few
show.
things this week. I told everybody last week that we've been watching Vox Machina, The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon. Me and my daughter finished the first season of that, and she's been bugging the shit out of me about getting into the second season, which I think there's only like 4 episodes out right now. So I'm like, I don't want to. Oh yeah. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want to start it yet because there's so many. There's so much to. Like, I'd have to wait each week for a half-hour episode, and I hate.
Yeah,
doing that.
I'm
I'm spoiled. We're spoiled now.
I know. I didn't want to
do you
start
think I
Poker
binge
Face.
Watch. I wait till the full season.
Yeah, I want to wait for the full season, especially if they're only half-hour episodes. you
I know. I wanted to wait for Poker Face, but at the same time, I wanted to like support a new show. You know, like show that I was.
Yeah, but they got to know that there's a
Interested.
lot of people that aren't going to watch it till it's all out.
I guess but there was 4 episodes when we watched, so I got to watch 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Um,
Vikings, when that stuff came out, I think I came in like season 3, and then like waiting for every other season just sucked. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for my season.
I usually try to do that. We did that with Chucky, actually. We
Yeah.
waited for the whole season to come out, and then we watched it.
Yeah.
So we watched the first season, and I might cave on her and let her and go ahead and start watching season 2 with her. So we watched that, and I love that show, man. That might be one of my top favorite shows right now. Again, like it would probably have to beat out a few other shows. We watched that 90s show on Netflix. We finished that. We actually just finished that today.
I've heard good
for dinner.
things.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. It has a lot of what made that 70s show so good, and that's what's killing it. I don't care much for the main character, like the
little
Eric and
girl.
Donna's
Yeah.
girl or whatever. I don't care much for her, but the gay Asian dude is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That dude kills it,
Yeah,
dude.
he
He's
does.
always got the best one-liners. He's so cynical, and he's my favorite character. He's actually everybody in my house's favorite character.
Yeah.
I heard,
We all love him.
Mila Kunis was talking about when they decided that they were gonna go back on the show, and she said for like 2 months, what's his face? What's her husband? Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher
Kutcher.
was walking around the house every time she would say like, "Where's my jacket?" And he goes, "Damn, Jackie, I don't know where your fucking jacket is." You know, or like everything she would ask, he was like, "Damn, Jackie,
That's
damn,
right.
Jackie."
And he says it in the 90s show, too.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
first episode. God damn, Jackie! So, yeah, they make an appearance in there. Eric and Donna do. Donna and then Fez is in there. Fez
Yeah.
is in a few episodes. Donna's in a few episodes. Eric's only in one. And then Eric, Donna, and not Hyde, obviously.
Yeah, Hyde. What?
But Ashton Kutcher and then Mila
Who's
Kunis.
that guy? Who's Hyde?
Yeah, right. They're all in the first episode, so it sucks what happened with Hyde, man. Stupid
Yeah.
ass. Why
Yeah.
doing stupid shit? Because he was the best character from the original show.
Yes, he was.
What's your granddaughter's intention with my son?
Yeah, well, he was also the best character in The Ranch, if you guys have ever seen that.
I watched a few episodes of it and then kind of lost interest. But yeah,
It's
I
pretty
agree.
good. It's a
yeah.
good show. We watched all those, but so we watched that, and I like it. I figure they're gonna renew it. They're gonna do another season, so I'll
I gotta
I'll keep
ask though,
watching.
how are the kids in it, but their parents aren't? Like,
So the girl who's Eric and Donna's daughter go to stay with her grandparents for the summer, and that's how the other kids, like the one girl and her brother, live in Donna's old house next door, and then they kind of come in with their group of friends, and that's how she becomes friends with all their friends.
okay, all right,
So,
that makes
and then
sense.
that's where like the Asian girl and the Asian gay boy Ozzy comes in, and so it's a good little mix up though. They're all good characters, really.
Okay.
Same as like, and then like her brother is friends with the Kelso boy, which is weird because the Kelso boy lives in Point Place, but you never see Kelso or Jackie. They only see him in the
they're
first.
probably like working parents now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they're only in the first episode, but they have a son together who dates the Foreman girl. So
Yeah, but I mean, I guess really, like, how often do you see the parents?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I get it.
You never
And
really
it's
seen
fine.
Hyde's parents or.
Well,
or
Hyde didn't really have
Hyde didn't have
parents.
parents.
Well, Kelso, you never. Really
didn't see
seen
his parents at
family.
all.
Yeah.
You never met his parents.
Yeah, you
or-
really only saw Eric's parents, so it would make
Eric's-
sense that
Eric
the
and
only people that
Donna's
you ever
parents.
really see are the grandparents because it's their
Like I
house.
said, the only people you really seen was Eric's parents and Donna's
Yeah,
parents. That
it
was
doesn't.
really
I mean, it makes sense that you're not really gonna see his parents that much.
Yeah, and the girl that plays their mom that lives in the house, that Donna's old house, you see her quite a bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that
And
makes
she's
sense.
another comic relief. She's actually a really good character too. She actually dates Fez,
Yeah,
which is really funny.
yeah.
Fez is a great character too.
Oh
in the
yeah,
show.
Fez was great.
So I watched that. I watched The Raid, Redemption. I've seen it several times. Just a good action flick, a lot of beat 'em up. So if you guys, it's an. I'm not sure where the movie takes place. It's a good movie though. Check that one out. I've been watching The Last of Us on HBO. There's 3 episodes out now, and it's really good. Really, really good. This last episode was really good, and it didn't even have the 2 main characters in it that much. But like, it dives into like another side character from the game, and he's a gay man who has, I don't know, he's like a prepper, but like from beginning to end, dude. And he's played by damn it, what's his name from Parks and Recreation?
Oh, Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman, yeah, played by Nick Offerman. He does such a good job. It is such a good episode.
You know, everybody's always so surprised at how good of an actor he is, but he really is. I mean, he's.
Oh, yeah, he kills it.
He's an amazing actor.
he kills it.
I haven't got to play the game yet, so I'm kind of wanting to play the game before I start watching the show.
Right.
See, that's my excuse. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, you need to watch the show." I'm like, "I've never even played the game. I
You don't
guess
need
maybe
to.
I know. I
I
guess
know
I probably don't
need
need to, but
I've always been wanting to play the game. So
If you don't want to play the game, if you want to watch the movie or the show, I'd watch the show, because if you try to play the game and go into the show, you're like, well, this ain't like the game. Whenever really, actually, I've heard that it's pretty close, because I didn't play the whole game.
that's
only played
what
like half
I
of it.
heard too. I heard a lot of it was shot for shot.
yeah,
a lot of it
Jeremiah
is.
played the game like a lot,
Yeah.
and he says he
But
loves
the creator of the show or of the game is on set, and he's the writer and creator of the whole thing. And
So yeah,
he said that there's a lot of things that he's able to do with the show that he couldn't do with the game.
it. Well, and
Well,
that's the
yeah.
thing that people have to understand, and I even understand that is, I read a lot, and I love books, but even when a book is transitioned from a book to a movie, there's different
You're gonna
there's
miss
different media.
things.
You have to make certain concessions from media
Yeah,
to
you
media.
can't draw
Yeah,
out. You
I
can't
mean-
draw out these long cinematic parts for a game whenever the game is meant to be played, not
Mhm.
watched. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
From media to media, there's always going to
Yeah.
be changes and
but
differences.
I couldn't recommend it more. Like, it is a really good show. It's very, very good, and I think everybody, like, that girl's getting a lot of slack for not looking like Ellie and this and that, and they're making fun of her appearance, which really pisses me off, because
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that girl. she's doing a fine job. I think she's great in the show.
Yeah.
I think.
It's about her acting skills.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, she does
Looks
awesome,
like.
dude. She's an awesome character.
Just because she doesn't match
Yeah.
the person that played in the game doesn't mean
The
that
guy who
she's
plays
gonna be doing a
Joel,
bad job.
Pedro Pascal, he's killing it. I think they're all doing great. I think it's a great show. Great show. Last but not least, we watched Overlord last night because I hadn't seen it since it came out, and I wanted to watch. I bought it on Blu-ray, never took it out of the package.
That happens to me a lot. I'm
So-
like, hey, let's watch this.
Yeah,
We never even opened it.
yeah. Well,
Oh.
now's the time.
Yeah, let's
Get
let's
the
do
bottle
it.
of wine out.
Rip
Let's
it
celebrate.
open. Let's go.
Let's christen this bitch. So we watched that. Definitely better the second time. Like I watched it the first time, I was like, yeah, it was okay. Watched it the second time, I was like, man, this movie is so fucking good. What's better than mixing like crazy ass zombies with World War II and Nazis? Like that is some quality mix. That is a quality batch of stew, man. Watching them kill Nazi zombies. It's good shit. If you like gore and violence and action, and
You know that
that's it.
was that one show? Is it Red Snow? Where the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Nazis on. I
Yeah.
love that freaking movie.
That's a good one too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. What's that game?
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Hmm.
Yep, same thing. But yeah, if you sad, I think the main reason why the movie didn't get as much pull as it could have is because it has lower name, like not well known actors.
Sure,
But like it's got fucking Wyatt Russell in it, which is like Kurt Russell's son.
dude. And you know what? The first time I saw Wyatt, I was like, "What movie?" I don't remember what movie we were watching, but it was the first time I'd ever seen the kid.
First time I ever saw him was on Black Mirror.
No, this was what was that hockey movie he was in?
Oh, the one with Sean Patrick, whatever.
Yeah, it was made
Goon.
by
Goon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Goon.
Goon.
Yeah, it was made by what's his face, the Seth Rogen's friend. But anyway, yeah, that was the first movie I ever seen him in, and I kept looking at him and I was like, I know that kid from somewhere. I know him from somewhere, and like when he would talk, I'm like, God, I know this kid, and like it went off, and I'm like, yeah, I've never seen this kid before. I don't know who he is, and then like I was like watching the credits, and I'm like, motherfucker.
I do like him. He's also
I do know that kid, but I don't know the
He
kid.
was also in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show,
yeah,
and I think he's great. I think he's a great actor.
he is.
He's got good action chops. He plays a straight up badass in Overlord. He plays a hard ass in Goon, you know, and he's got the chops, man. I mean,
Here, you know who I thought of when I seen him in Goon was I thought.
well, he used to be a professional hockey player.
Yeah, when I saw him in Goon, I thought about that kid in was it Mighty Ducks 2, the Iceland kid, all grown up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that asshole Iceland
Yeah.
kid. I was like, oh, he grew up. He's a fucker.
Yeah.
He's still a fucker.
All right. So this week we are talking about
Are you don't
M3gan.
Mithrigan. I even wrote it that way.
I did too. With the three. We're talking about Megan. Movie just came out. It's a 2022 movie. It is PG-13. Comes in an hour and 42 minutes. Stars Allison William, Violet McGraw, and Amy Donald as Megan, and Jenna Davis as the voice of Megan. Directed by Gerard John Stone. It's not Johnston. It's John Stone. It's
Get it right.
It's weird. It's a weird last name. So, do you have a plot synop?
I do. A brilliant toy company roboticist uses artificial intelligence to develop M3gan, a lifelike doll programmed to emotionally bond with her newly orphaned niece. But when the doll's programming works too well, she becomes overprotective of her new friend with terrifying results. Terrifying.
Not really.
No.
This movie was not scary.
I want to preface real quick before we say anything, because Alec asked me to send him a GIF of what I thought of the movie. Just a GIF.
What'd you send him?
I sent him a GIF of the dance that she does.
Oh.
And he's like, I have no idea what that means.
You'll
So-
see.
Let me just tell everyone what that GIF meant and why I sent him just the dance. So, the dance, as I've said many times before, was the creepiest part of the trailer. right? So you watch the trailer, you see her dancing, you're like, ugh, right?
You're like, oh my god, this might actually be.
Yeah, you're like,
scary.
oh, this might actually be good. And in the movie, it happens so suddenly,
and it's very,
and it's very
I just think it was
quick.
yeah,
pointless.
it's very poorly utilized.
Very poorly utilized. It happens very quick,
Yeah.
and it's so underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So I was completely underwhelmed by the movie. So that's why you got the GIF. Underwhelmed.
It was the movie itself. I mean, I watched the movie twice.
Did you?
I watched it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Did you? You didn't have anything going on this.
Well, I wanted to watch because I was actually excited for the movie. I'm like, this movie might actually be pretty good. I was like, hell, they announced the fucking number 2 before it even hit theaters.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, it's got to be good. So I was like, all right, well, I want to watch it without having to like fucking crank my brain up to 9 and take notes.
Sure.
So I wanted to watch it. So we watched it Thursday last week, and I was like, yeah, I guess it was okay, you know. That's what I thought the first time. But the second time I watched it last night, and I'm like, this movie is like boring as shit.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
boring. They're like, well, it's not really so much scary as it is funny. It's not even funny.
No.
No,
There's nothing
it's
funny
not
about
funny.
it. It's
No.
just a boring movie about. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the little girl does fine, and I think everybody in the movie does fine.
Yeah, the acting is not the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
There's no problem with the acting at all. It's the fact that I can tell you what the problem is. And well, I mean, I don't even remember if it's something that like
The direction of the movie, in my opinion.
well, it's PG-13.
That's the big thing. I was
Yes.
looking for gore.
Yeah,
I want to see this robot fuck some people up.
this movie
it was a slasher. With
should
no
Yeah.
have
gore.
been R, a hard R.
Yeah.
If, it would've
If
been,
you
it
come
would've
out with a
looked lot
hard
better.
R, I mean, Child's Play did it right. It's a hard R. It's gory, and that's the only way you
No,
can
it
make a
wasn't
doll
even
scary.
gory. Child's Play wasn't even gory.
But that's the only way you make a doll scary.
Yeah.
Is it's got to be R. You've got to make it scary.
Yep.
You can't do it with PG-13.
Nope.
Even if you're going for funny,
Yeah.
you cannot
Wasn't-
do it with
there wasn't
PG-13.
anything funny about it, so I don't know how anybody can say that it was funny.
That's what the only funny part was Ronnie Chang. He was funny, and he was just an asshole. And honestly, because I've seen his stand up.
Yeah, I even put
He's
on
a
there
funny
like,
dude.
for once, the angry boss getting down on the original idea is right.
Yeah.
Like, for once.
Yeah. And
Like-
I think that there were a lot of things about this movie. Man, I wrote down a lot of notes for this one. So, like, for one, the perpetual pets, that fucking commercial was dumb. If I
Yeah.
saw
Did
that
you-
commercial,
Did you hear the line in it? Perpetual pets, they last longer than you do.
yeah, they'll
and
live
this is
longer
geared
than
to
you.
kids.
Yeah, they'll live longer than you.
Uh,
So,
and I did. Okay, so you watched it twice. That hotel that they were going to, you see it for like a split second. Was that the Overlook?
hotel.
Yeah, when they were going to the ski trip right before they got smashed.
Oh, I don't know. I
I don't think so.
I thought it was.
I thought that. So I
Maybe.
wrote this down. The dad is fucking dumb. Okay, so check this out. I said we all agree that dad is dumb and incompetent. Is an incompetent pussy that said the car looked like it had 4-wheel drive.
Did it?
That's what he said. He said, "Well, it looked like it had 4-wheel drive." Dude, you know whether or
Everyone
not a
knows.
vehicle has 4-wheel drive.
It literally. There's like a
There's
little
a thing.
stick.
There's a lot
There's
of
a
things
stick.
There's a
that
stick or
says that
there's
a
a
car is
button.
4-wheel drive.
Wow.
So and then
4
he's
by
like,
4.
yeah, and then he's
Yeah,
like,
he usually says it on the bumper too.
and then he stops the car in the middle of the fucking road
Yeah.
in a snowstorm.
At least get off.
What an idiot.
Yeah,
off to
why?
the side
Why
of the
nobody
road.
stops in a
Nobody.
snowstorm. You don't stop.
You definitely don't stop in the middle of the road.
They have to be
So
from California.
I was like, okay, they were just looking for a reason to kill these people off.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah.
So, but the perpetual pets thing is dumb. I would not buy my kids a toy that shits.
Right.
So, I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not going to buy them one that farts all the time
Constantly.
and thinks it's funny. So, and also, whenever they were working on Megan at the beginning and they get the mask in, I'm like, do they need that mask to make her work and function?
I
Because they're like, oh, is
No,
that
they
it?
Just, no,
I-
they just wanted to make her more human-like.
Well, no, they
Human to-
wanted the mask on to see how her facial expressions would show.
Oh,
for-
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When they're tested.
Yeah, because they were. Remember, they were saying
Yeah,
like
you're
sad.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, it
All
got
right. Yeah,
stuck
you're
and-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, but I wrote this down. I said, I said, so her head exploding isn't at all a concern for a safety hazard?
Well, that's
But
because
no, they
did-
troubleshooted. They
I-
knew why it exploded.
Yeah,
I know
didn't
that. They
put
said
that
it was
part
that thing,
in.
but like, what if that thing gets knocked around or loosened or whatever? There's a chance that fucker's going to explode and possibly kill a child.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got a
I mean,
a
it was going to
fail-safe
kill
for
a
that or
child
something.
anyways.
A
but
fail-safe?
I rolled my eyes and couldn't see that.
The whole thing should have been a fail-safe.
Well, that's the thing. You know, they said, "Oh, we've got all these safety things in place so that she can't harm somebody." I didn't. What? What safety?
Well, she even mentions it at the end. She goes, "You put a learning system inside of me that you barely understand."
Yes.
Yes.
And that's where I said, people go, the lengths people will go to have bring higher technology in.
That's not true, man.
without
That's not
thinking.
true, because where this movie really fails is the realism of it. For one, a doll like that, like a big AI doll like that, nobody's gonna like entrust that thing to their child, not knowing what it's capable of doing.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, they did. I don't remember if I wrote this down or if it's just something I kind of thought about. But you remember they said the price tag for this thing is $10,000. I don't have $10,000 to spend on a toy for my kid.
Right.
You don't. But who does?
Rich people,
Rich people. And what else do they have?
good jobs.
They have nannies.
Oh, nannies, yeah.
So they're gonna spend $10,000 on this doll and go, bye bye, nanny. I don't have to pay you anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That's who they're gearing it for. They know exactly who their core audience is.
Yeah. And there were a lot of points that brought up in this movie that I 100% agreed with. For one, because I thought the therapist was dumb.
Now, yes.
So
I-
hold on. So she comes into the house first, right? And she's being very, very
Yeah. Still in pajamas.
still in pajamas.
Judgmental bitch.
Yeah, very judgmental and very, very rude, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, for absolutely no reason.
So
Any
like,
but
yeah.
then
real
whenever she
therapist will
sees
just
them
sit
at the-
down, they'll take notes and
Yeah.
then go about their
But
day.
then
They're
whenever
not
they go
going
back,
to-
whenever they're at the workplace, and she explains to her, like, so you're creating something that could have long-term effects on her attachment to the doll and not helping her grow up in any way.
Now,
I
see,
was like, now that makes sense.
Yes.
See, I have very similar notes because I have my college degree is actually in psychology, and not that I have a doctorate or anything, right? I just have a bachelor's degree, but that was what my focus was. And so, like, she comes in, and the very first thing that they're focusing on, and I understand that they were probably using this as a plot point, as a way to say, like, you're not capable of raising a kid. But she's bitching about her having collectibles and
Yeah.
not letting the kid play with
Yeah.
them. Bitch, you'd come into my house and you'd be like, oh my God, this place is not fit for
literally
children
like a
because that's
day.
everything in my fucking house in the downstairs is nothing but collectibles.
Well,
and my
yeah.
kids aren't allowed to touch them.
Yeah,
was
well,
literally,
that the thing is like, she should have already expected that, knowing that she didn't have any kids to begin with.
Right, but my
was
thing
like-
is like she's got an entire fucking bedroom in there full of toys, and you're telling her that she has to open that one to give it to her?
Yeah, she's
Are
like,
you
I just
fucked?
haven't unpacked them yet.
Well, here's the thing. It's like literally like the next day.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a week.
That's what I'm
or- it
saying.
was,
Like, give her some
literally the
time,
next
dude.
day
Like,
after
she just got the
moved her
kid.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you said later, where did I have that written down at? I don't remember. But I wrote the same thing down. I'm saying, the bitch psychiatrist makes a good point with the attachment theory and making emotional connections that she can't untangle.
Yeah.
She actually makes a good point. And my bigger issue with that is that she's making all this fuss in the beginning about fucking having collectible toys that she won't let her play with, which is a non-issue.
Yeah.
But she makes a good point about, and then she's like, okay, see you next Tuesday.
She's not very helpful.
Like, she doesn't want to talk
Well, then
about.
later on, she's in there trying to calm the girl down, and the girl's spazzing out because she
Yeah.
wants Megan, and she's like about to get stabbed with a pair of scissors. It's like, okay, so
Yeah,
where
and
do
then-
you stand now on that?
Once
Like,
again, she makes the things that she could have been,
yeah,
harping about and saying, like, okay, yeah, this is a note. Like, she's not at all concerned about.
right.
Not at all.
That's like I said. I think I understood the therapist being in the movie, but she wasn't well written.
No, the points they were making with her were not good ones. They really
Yeah.
could have rounded that out a little better.
So the part where the dog bites the little girl, and that the cop that comes in and says, He says, "Oh well, there's really nothing we can." Bullshit, dude. If a dog bites a kid, cops are all over that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
They
said,
do
what?
not give a fuck about no
What-
dog.
what
I said the
property
same
or
thing.
anything,
Yeah.
it's-
I said, what the fuck kind of laws does Washington have? Because around here, if a dog bites a kid, they get put down.
They do. They get put
Automatically.
down.
That's it's like what
I think
made a
Jeremiah
couple
looked it
notes.
up. They don't have a put down law or something, but in Washington, they have to pay for their medical bills.
Oh yeah. See, that would
Something
make
like
sense.
that, yeah.
I
But
don't
in that-
believe that
yeah.
the dog should need to be put down because some dogs
Not
are
first
trained.
strike anyway.
Yeah. So like, but yeah, pay for the medical bills at least.
Yeah.
You know.
So I had like 2 notes on that. First when she first pulls in with a
Yeah,
you
she
know,
was a
the dog.
complete bitch to her
The
neighbor.
neighbor was just,
Yeah, right off the
neighbor
bat.
was trying to be nice,
Yeah.
understandable. She's dealing with a lot and all that. I got that, and then the dog bit the girl. I was like, bad dog, fuck that neighbor.
Right.
That is exactly
Because
what
she didn't even
Well-
blame the dog. She blamed it on the kids. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, it doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Your dog is a dog.
Well,
Like,
and the thing about it is that whole neighbor exchange, there's got to be like some background there that we're just not seeing.
right, yeah.
Because like she starts out being a bitch to her right off the bat, and then that whole thing happens, and she's a bitch right back to her with no, like, there's just 0 to 100
yeah.
Yeah.
on either side with no reason for it, really.
Right.
Like, it's just like, well, God,
It's
what
like their
happened?
relationship progressed very rapidly.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was weird.
So like I also want to say that, like, this little girl, like, if I had a toy like Bruce, like when she introduced her to Bruce, I'm good. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, I don't need Megan.
Right.
I don't
That's
need
always
Megan.
badass.
Like, I got Bruce now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
I take him outside and play with him. Like, come at me, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did like, though, when when they finally introduced Megan and she was working right or whatever, and his first response to her was more or less than a Tesla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
More or less than a Tesla. And they're like,
Yeah.
depends on the model.
Yeah.
Tesla's like really expensive. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
And the thing, I giggled so hard when she was talking about like how she was going to sell this thing. And she was like, so you can do the things that really matter. Like parenting your child.
I know, that's what I was
doesn't
like, wow,
matter.
dude. Good
Wow. Like that, if you show me that commercial, I'm going to be like, click.
for you. Next. Yeah. I'm the parent. This
Yeah.
is my responsibility.
Anybody else find the blinking unsettling? Anytime Megan would blink?
A little bit. Like, it was weird.
I don't know why it upset or if it unsettled me, but it did.
I will say they did
That
a really
Megan
good
blinked.
job of
Yeah, that she blinked.
they did a
Well-
really good job of transitioning between like actual robot Megan and
Oh,
human
they
in
did.
Yes,
They
they
did.
Megan.
I no qualms about the animatronics. No qualms about the.
That's where I'm getting at with the blinking.
Yeah,
they're going to try to make it more human.
Yeah, there was
element
no.
to it.
I mean, they did a great
Look,
job.
They
I
did
mean,
a really good
if
job.
you had if a person would just constantly stare at you,
I
and
know
not
it would
blink,
be
you'd
even more
good.
unsettling,
That's
but
more unsettling to me.
I think it was because it seemed forced. It wasn't like natural. It wasn't like a natural blink. It was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, I don't know.
That little girl did a really good job though.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
she did.
Playing Megan.
The
I
impromptu
got a
singing,
question. Go ahead.
it was weird to me.
It was weird.
When she
Yeah.
would just start singing, I'm
It
like,
was weird.
Yeah.
stop, you're
It was
making
very
it
weird.
worse.
I will say that it was the part. I even said that. I said the demonstration with Megan and Katie was sweet. The whole demonstration with her talking about her parents and all
Yeah,
that
it
kind of
was.
stuff
It was
very
great until she
sweet
started singing.
until she started singing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Until
Yes.
she started singing, I was like, that just ruined the whole moment.
Mm-hmm.
You should have just left.
Yeah,
that
like when
out.
she was like, I'll keep it locked in
and
here.
then she started singing. It's like, oh, this got weird.
Yeah, that just got weird. Like, you
Yeah.
just made it bad again.
So I think that's where people were like, it's funny. Like, yeah, because I think they were trying to go for something serious, but didn't land.
I
it.
didn't get funny.
I didn't get
at all.
funny. I didn't get
Not
funny
once.
either. I thought it was fucking stupid.
Nope.
So
What were you gonna say?
How was it? When they pair the kids up in that little camp.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you pair a new kid with the kid is a bully?
the biggest asshole.
You know he's a bad kid. Why would you pair the new kid you just got with him?
I liked how when they were making sandwiches, she's trying to like make excuses for her kid. Like,
Oh yeah, he's such a he's
they always say the gifted have behavioral problems. He ain't gonna have a behavioral problem when I stick my foot straight up
Yep,
his ass.
straight up his
But,
ass.
Like my point is Every
know, I
counseling- you know, when I
yeah.
when I was in scouts and shit like that, counseling and all that, you never paired a new kid with someone
who has
issues.
yeah.
Because you're trying to bring more kids to the camp, not fucking scare them off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kid you lock up in a cage in the back of the.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the kid.
Yeah, you
This
don't-
kid
yeah,
doesn't
that's-
exist
He
today.
doesn't go to this school.
That's the kid that has to be with the counselor.
Yeah.
I did say that I wasn't sad when he got hit by the car.
I wrote little asshole deserved it. Okay, not really.
That's what I said. Brendan is an asshole, and I wasn't sad that he got hit.
I did say this though. You know, the doll Megan.
Yeah.
When she was telling the girl that bad kids deserve to be in hell and heaven doesn't exist.
Yeah.
If I had been the parent, because she was right there, wasn't she? Or the guard, she was right there when the doll
No.
said that. No.
Huh. No, it was just her and
Okay.
Katie. Yeah,
Just
because
hearing
I'm
that,
telling you,
it's
if,
like,
if I'd have heard my doll or the doll I created say that to my kid, I'd be like, okay, time to turn it off.
Yeah.
Click for good.
So they kind of set it up
Dump truck.
for a sequel in two different ways.
Yeah.
So first off, the guy leaking the files out to whatever he's
Yeah.
doing.
Yep.
That's a good, easy setup for a
Yeah,
sequel.
I think they put that.
I mean, and then at the end of the movie with the home sort of Alexa device or whatever turning and looking, it's almost as if she must have uploaded her conscious self or something to whatever that cloud is or whatever, which
Yeah.
is 100% possible, I
Yeah.
guess, with where they were going with the show or the movie.
So did it sound like growling when she was on all fours? Did you guys hear that?
That fucking creeped me out.
That
Yeah.
was a little weird.
And then, so Megan's objective is to protect Katie, right?
Yeah.
Which that made sense
Yeah.
completely.
She's her priority.
Up until she killed the neighbor lady.
Yeah.
The neighbor lady posed no threat, other than making a stink about her dog.
She posed
Well-
a threat to their living situation.
Yeah, so she came up and bounded
How?
on the window and was calling her
Yeah.
out for staring out the window at 3 o'clock in the
Constantly
morning,
trying to make threats.
making things harder on the family.
She was becoming a threat.
She was becoming a threat to everybody in the home anyway.
So it was time to take care of this.
Sure, but she also got caught by killing the neighbor lady. She also then couldn't protect Katie because she was a minimal threat compared to getting caught. As a computer, she should have been able to work those odds.
Right. Maybe, I guess. But
I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to throw fucking
Up until the neighbor lady,
yeah.
all of her kills were calculated and made sense.
Well, kind
With
of.
the neighbor
Kind of.
lady,
I say the boy wasn't really.
No,
Calculated.
It was.
She could have
within
never known
instinct.
that
It
car was
like,
coming.
no, she may not have known that the car was coming, but she could have. She had it out. He had him out in the woods. She would have figured out a way to.
Make it look like an accident.
Yeah, she would have figured it out. I'm just
except
saying.
for she threw the ear. How they found the ear was way back in the woods, and that's how they consider it was a homicide.
They never said it was a homicide. They
Yeah,
said
they
it was
did.
an accident.
The doc,
Yeah.
when the
Whenever the
detective was,
the detective came
Oh,
back. He
well,
said,
I don't know.
he said it's looking like
we're-
a homicide.
We're investigating as a homicide because we found the ear
and then he
so
giggled.
far away from
Well, yeah,
the
but
incident.
like they could almost say that might have been an animal though, until they got forensics back,
Maybe, but it's
and then
too
it was
clean.
still wouldn't. But
Not
still,
necessarily. I mean,
yeah, because it
when
would have
you-
been a robot. There wouldn't have been any real dental records.
Yeah, there's no
to speak
dental
of.
and there's no DNA there.
Right.
So, but I thought it was funny though. Whenever the detective giggled about it, he's like, "Sorry, I shouldn't laugh about that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah. But like,
that tearing the ear off that made me a little squeamish.
Yeah, that was a little squeamish.
it was
That was
weird.
about the goriest part of
Yeah,
the
it
whole
was like
movie.
the fucking ear just like all the way out.
Yeah.
Here. It's like, ugh.
It was weird for me to hear her say, "God, I hope not." I don't know why. When Megan said, "God, I hope not," when she said, "God, I hope not," I was like, "That's why." Don't
What?
talk like that.
Yeah.
Don't say things that are like, "Why that?" Don't say that. And why does she have to wear an ascot? That was weird to me too. Why the ascot?
Oh, I don't know.
It's
just
it
how
was
she's-
weird.
It's her style, man.
I guess.
That's M3gan style.
Don't fuck with her swag.
And that commercial that they came out with and put her niece in,
that was
crying and talking about her parents dying.
bullshit. I would have fucking
Bullshit.
Yeah. I would have shut that.
Who the
fucking
fuck
commercial
thought
right.
that was a good idea?
Yeah, that was
Being
pretty
the,
fucked up.
Her being the Guardian, why did she even let that happen?
No
they
shit.
have to run that by the Guardian before they can run the ad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, and the
So
sad
that-
part
that's
is
a
if the
pretty
therapist
fucking
was
shitty
any kind of
Guardian
good
right there.
therapist and caught wind of that,
Oh,
she would be all over that
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Like,
she'd be more willing.
like you're
to take
flaunting
that
this
kid
little
away from
girl who
her.
just lost
Yeah.
her parents in front of the world
for your benefit.
for your benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd have they'd have had fucking CPS all
So
over that.
I will say that some of the cinematography in the movie was really good.
Yeah.
So like the shot with the lady whenever she's coming, she walks up to that gate, and that shot down the beside the house through the gate at the old lady.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. I really thought that was really nice. Some of the shots in the woods were really nice. Hell, even a lot of the shots in the house and anything to do with Megan, they do a really good job with a lot of those shots. It just looks good and clean. And
The aesthetic of the film was very good.
Yeah.
Because one thing I noticed is the aunt is very techie, right? She's very tech savvy. But they did a very good job. I don't know if you guys really noticed this, but it was something that's kind of struck me. Like her collectibles, they were in very 1950s. Her house had a very 1950s style. The furniture, the house itself, all of it seemed very, 1950s. What's that designer, real famous back then? I can't remember his name, but that's the style of house she had, and the style of furniture. All of it was very 1950s, but yet she's very techie. But if you think about it, in the 1950s, that's when they were kind of like pushing all of that futuristic kind of stuff. So it's almost like she has that style, but she's also that tech savvy, you know? I just thought that was kind of neat that they gave her that kind of style, but she's also that techie kind of person.
I think they could have swung it a little bit. I think that if they styled it more in vein with that, the movie would have looked way better, and it could have been more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
What the movie really lacks, though, in the gore department, and
100%.
there's not enough kills. They kill off people who are like just bad people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't kill anybody who you feel emotionally or attached to. Like
The closest you come to is the neighbor.
yeah, the neighbor. But then even then, like they could have killed off the two her friends that work with her. They had the opportunity right there in their hands, and then they didn't even die.
Yeah.
They just got blown up and they're fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't understand
Which
why,
I knew they were going to be fine too, just the way it played out.
The way it
I was
played
like,
out,
they're
yeah.
gonna be fine.
But like I'm just kind of like, why wouldn't Megan? You know what I mean? Like she only kills bad people in this. There's no real consequence to this. None.
No.
Like only bad people. Because I think only the death toll is only like the boy, the boss and the helper, the neighbor lady, and the dog.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was going to be the Guardian though too.
Huh?
Yeah, it's supposed to be much higher, but we'll get into that, I guess. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
I just feel like it could have benefited from being an R-rated movie
Yes,
with
it
straight
could
up
have
gore and violence. They had it in their hands, man, and they just they fumbled the ball, in my opinion. And I don't care what anybody says if you like this movie or not, man. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't.
well, it's catering to a certain audience.
yeah,
It's not catering to a
it's
horror.
not. Yeah, you're a
It's
horror
not catering
gore hounds.
to a horror audience.
Yeah.
It's not catering to a comedy audience. It's catering to that tween audience.
Yeah, people who can go watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I found it was kind of weird to me that, like, you know, when in that final fight scene, like when the doll's makeup was running, like her mascara was like running down her face.
Oh yeah.
I was like, why is it doing that?
Why
'Cause
she
if
had
it's
makeup
paint,
on? Yeah.
it shouldn't be like running. And who's doing her makeup every day?
Maybe
I guess
maybe
like
it's melting.
why would it be melting though? It was just water.
Well, I mean, she got fucking chainsaw or not a chainsaw, but that
Oh, fucking hedge trimmer,
head
which
Yeah.
looks completely unrealistic.
Her face was all sparkly.
I was like, a
and
fucking
shit.
head
It's
trimmer?
ceramic. She has ceramic like
Yeah, she had like
plating and-
plating and
I
like
thought it was titanium.
it was like
plating.
some kind of titanium or something. It was like
it was
metal.
underneath, but the exterior they said was ceramic plating, so that the skin was laying on top of the ceramic.
Okay.
So
Yeah, even then, still though, like them fucking hedge trimmers ain't gonna do
No,
that.
that's what
no.
I'm saying, like.
Those things would break before anything.
Yeah.
But even
Fuck, you
still,
get-
why
you
would
get
that
a
cause
twig
the
this big
the
and it stops the
why would
fucking
that cause the
hedge.
paint to like run like she's been crying?
Right.
I was like,
I don't.
I'm
I
saying,
didn't.
you seen sparks and stuff coming.
I think the
out,
most
so maybe-
entertaining part of this whole movie was in the last 15 minutes of the
Yeah.
movie.
oh,
That
I
was more-
agree.
I got more entertainment out of that because all the, the fighting.
But
and
it
all
was
that.
it was kind of predictable though. Like you knew that she was gonna pull Bruce out.
Oh,
to
for
fight.
sure. As soon as they introduced Bruce, it's like, there's your final fight right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When
Yeah.
I seen her face and the hair like was pulled off, I was like, yeah, that's Chucky.
Yeah,
automatically,
there's
that's-
certainly
that's
a
I just
homages
thought,
there
man, she
for
looked
sure.
more like she could be my daughter.
I did laugh out loud though. This was the only time that I thought was funny was when Megan called Katie a bitch.
Yeah.
You bitch.
You ungrateful bitch.
You ungrateful bitch. I was like, okay then.
Right. So the pressure washer in the shed
Yeah.
sent that lady flying like 10 feet. I was like, no,
No, I've used a pressure washer before. That's
No.
not how those things work.
that's not how that works at all. You might get that out of like, I don't know, a fire hose.
It could cut you before it push you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, it'll cut
but
the
even
shit outta
then,
you,
even
yeah.
at that range, it still wouldn't hurt you.
No.
You're gonna get blasted with some water, and that's about it. Like, that's not gonna hurt you at all. I thought that was so dumb. I'm like, what the fuck? Sent her flying across the fucking place, and then launched a nail into her. So nail guns don't work where you can just shoot them.
No.
They don't
Well,
work like that. They have pressure
you
pressure
can,
things on the ends of them.
You can, like the staple guns and stuff like that. If you hold the certain plate back, you can shoot it. And
Yeah, if you press the thing.
If you could set a screw in there.
Yeah, but
and
did she do that?
I'm just saying.
She just picked it up and started shooting it. Like, no, dude. Nail guns don't work that way.
You could set them up that way.
I mean, I guess.
I'm sure she was in that garage setting it up that way. I'm sure she was in there for like an hour getting them all
Could have been.
ready and
I'm just saying. I mean, you can set up the nail guns to fire with the pull the trigger.
set the
She's in there
pressure washer to not. We took it off
Extreme
of
blast your face off.
we took it
mode.
off of stun and now it's on kill.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that part was kind of dumb. I'm like, what? How unrealistic? Like, come on, man.
It's not
And I
mission
understand,
safe.
like I mean, look at the movie and the context of the movie, but like for a pressure washer to send somebody flying 10 feet, like
And if
like
that's
a fire
if that's
anybody
where,
who's anybody has used or at least seen a pressure washer used before knows that that's just not what they do.
well, and if that's where I'm supposed to be finding the humor in this movie,
Right. It's falling flat for me.
yeah, like
sure.
I can get behind ridiculousness,
Yeah.
but
if
it
it's
has to
gonna
be
go,
done
if
right.
it's gonna,
like
if it's gonna go that campy route, then go that campy route.
yeah, you have to
Don't
have
sell yourself short on
you
it.
have to set
know?
a precedent
Call it
yeah.
the
to
Scorpion
stick with
King.
that campiness. Like you can't just throw campy in from time to time
Yeah,
and expect
and-
us to
yeah.
be like, oh, that's great.
Or even do it on accident and be like, oh yeah, that's what we meant to do. Like, no.
no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You meant you
No, you
were
didn't.
trying to make a serious movie, and you fucking failed at it. So
Yeah.
you're trying to, you're not even trying to own up to what you did. I just the death toll wasn't high enough. I don't know, man. Bruce was the coolest character in the whole movie.
Agreed. Yeah, Bruce
was the coolest character,
badass.
and he didn't say a fucking word.
Nope. All he did was stand up
Mm-hmm.
and fight.
Yeah, he was like a rock and sock and robot.
Yeah, he was.
So he was definitely the coolest character,
Yeah.
and he only had about 45 seconds of screen time.
You know, we didn't talk about would we watch again and all that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
Well, I think if you guys haven't figured it out, no and no. The only way I'd watch this again is if they came out with the R cut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
the R
I'd
cut
watch
came
again
out.
if they have an R
So
cut.
I guess we didn't do that. I'm gonna say no. I don't think I would watch this again.
No, and I
Um,
wouldn't really recommend it to other people. I'd tell them, go ahead and watch it, but like, I wouldn't watch
It's not.
it.
I mean,
it might be for some people.
I'll say, like I told people at work, if you have interest in it, watch it once.
Yeah, watch it.
But for me, I won't watch it again.
No.
I can say, yeah, I've watched it, and
I don't think I'd watch it again either. Maybe if it was on TV and everybody was watching it.
God, you already
or-
watched it twice.
I know I've already watched it twice. I've already put myself through it.
Yeah, you already watched it again.
So, and I wasn't looking forward to it the second time because the more I watched it the first time, I was like, yeah, okay, I wasn't that bad. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I really don't think I like that movie.
What were you smoking when you watched it?
Well, I was just kind of. It was one of those things where I wasn't like taking notes or anything, so I was just kind of like I turned my brain off to watch it.
Yeah.
And then but the second time I had to
You're
have my
paying
brain on,
attention.
and I had to pay attention and write notes, and I'm like, I'm just like halfway through the movie, I was ready for it to be done. I was like, I don't like this movie. I don't think
Yeah.
I like this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I because it's got so much buzz, I would, I'd tell people like, yeah, watch it, but
I don't know why
You're-
though.
yeah.
I don't know what they saw in this movie.
it's because of the audience that it was catered to.
Well, not just that, but it's
100%.
also a Blumhouse movie, and I think it's a Blumhouse
see,
and a
one, and
and a
that's,
Wan
that's what
movie.
I was been trying to like. Remember,
It's all
we
about
had-
who you
I
are.
think-
man.
Remember when we
think-
had this conversation though, and you were talking about, oh, that's gonna be a powerhouse, and I'm like, I don't think so.
I
You
think
might
a
be
lot
right,
of
I don't
this-
know.
I know I'm right. That's what happens when these people combine.
I think a lot of this is geared towards
That's
like
when they start fucking up.
parents. You know how parents will put tablets and electronics and shit like that in their kids' hands.
Oh, it's definitely geared
just
to
to
yeah.
shut
Shut 'em up and get 'em out of
I mean, that's what I do.
Their hair.
I mean, I do. I've done that. We've all done.
Yeah,
that.
we've all done.
But
it.
we all
Do you?
need that break. But that's what kids are into nowadays. They don't go
Yes.
out and ride their bikes no more.
So I think that's what this is geared
Terrible
towards.
parenting.
I'm pretty
Both
sure
of
that's
you.
what.
Fuck
like
you.
I said, I'm pretty sure that's where this is geared towards.
No,
You
it's
know?
it's actually it's the TikTok generation. It blew up on TikTok.
Yep.
I think it's part of my trivia, but fuck it, we're here. It blew up on TikTok when
It
they
did, yeah.
released the first trailer, the first teaser trailer. It blew up on TikTok.
Just because
So then they were like, "Oh, so this is big on TikTok. So we're gonna gear it towards that audience," and that's when it took a hard left into PG-13 and out of R.
I agree.
No, that's what happened.
Oh, is that what happened?
That is what happened.
So there is an R cut.
I don't know.
That'd be great
I'm
if
sure
was.
there might be.
Honestly, I think that an R cut would be. 100
If there
times
is an
better.
R cut, I would watch it.
Look at that. See, it even it tells me whenever it's about to shut off.
Did it do it?
Yeah.
Did it do
It
the?
counts down from 30
But
seconds.
did it like
No, I had
fuck up?
It did, but it went back. See,
Okay.
but yeah, like it times me from like 30 seconds down. Like, hey, we're about to shut off.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know if it would do that or not. So, it was
So you
nice.
just kind of waited to see what it would do.
No, I just happened to look up and see it.
Oh, well, that's good.
So I'm glad I caught it.
Good job.
Let's go ahead and so did everybody pretty much cover everything? That
Yeah,
they
I
wanted to
got
cover?
all my notes.
So let's just go
Because
to
I can't
reviews.
wait, dude. I can't wait to recast this bitch.
Oh, I got a
I
good one too.
forgot all about that.
I didn't write anything down because I
Oh,
kind
I
of want to
did.
wing it, but I've
Oh.
got an idea.
Dude, I
For
can't
a couple
wing it
of 'em?
because
You-
I have such good ideas. I'm like,
You guys go for it. I'm going to just kind of chime in because I forgot all about that.
oh man.
All right, so first off, let's get into our reviews.
Yep.
And do that. So let's go ahead and get into our personal reviews. Eric, what do you think, man?
All right. So I'm going to give. I want to say
Talk about it first. Don't go into your
yeah.
number yet.
I always give my number first.
No, give all the reasons why. Don't be that way.
All right, so my cons. My cons are because one, it's not rated R. It's a slasher with minimal gore. It's not really scary except for the fact the lengths that people will go to entertain their children. That's kind of the scary thought.
Yeah,
process for
scarier
me.
parent, like scarier thought for a parent.
Pros, I guess the realism that people will go with technology without thinking, without the knowledge of the consequences that will ensue.
The sad part is they do have the knowledge of the consequences. They
But
just
they
don't give a
implement
shit.
it.
Yeah,
That's where
like
I'm
they've
getting
seen
at.
enough fucking movies to
All
know.
the Terminator 1 and 2, that's all anybody ever
Yeah,
had
that's
to
all
see.
you gotta
They-
see.
they-
Yeah, exactly.
All the
Terminator.
movies that we needed to see.
iRobot,
ever.
fucking
Anything that
Yeah.
comes
No,
with
you just had
technology.
to see those first two movies. And I
Mhm.
mean, anything else that came out afterwards is just an added bonus.
Matrix. I mean,
yeah, just all that shit. Technology's going nuts, man.
and like I said, it's just the lengths people will go to try to better their lives without
Make it easier, yeah. Make it easier. on them.
without
with
thinking
minimal
about,
effort.
thinking about the consequences that's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my pro on that, the realism with that. But yet it's kind of a con too, the lengths people go to with their children. So honestly, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I wasn't really into the direction of the movie. Like I said, the direction of the movie just wasn't.
Didn't land.
Yeah, it didn't
It's,
land.
not, it's
for
nothing
me.
very original.
So I mean, maybe a 4.
A 4?
4 maybe.
Damn. Okay.
So that's
Alright.
about where I'm at with it. I wanted to give it higher, but
Okay.
the more I think about
That's
it,
actually
just-
what my daughter Madison. That's what she gave it. She said
Yeah,
a 4.
The more
She didn't like it either, man.
the
She
more
just
I
didn't
think
dig
about it, and the more I talk about it, just
Not for you.
no,
huh?
it's just not for me.
I get it. What about you, Karen? What you got?
So, if we're gonna go pros and cons here, Eric had a lot of good points that I hadn't really considered, but I will say the animatronics, the way that M3gan is probably the strongest case that
Mhm.
this movie has. The animatronics, the way they play into real people, because they had real people playing her too.
Yep.
How that all played in together is probably the strongest case for this movie at all. Some of the set pieces, like I said, I like the aunt's house and the way you got something coming up on the screen there.
Oh, my battery's dying.
That's not good.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. So set pieces. I like the aunt's house, her whole aesthetic there with her technology thing. And then you get into the I like the smartness of they gave her this learning thing, like you said, you touched on it, that they gave this robot some learning technology, and then they were just like, go, we're not going to give you any direction, we're not going to try to
Right.
teach you. It was sort of an allegory for what they were doing with Katie. Her parents just died, and they're like, here's a robot to help you, and they both were just winging it together.
Right.
And it was terrible parenting, terrible everything. All of the adults in this movie failed M3gan and that little girl.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't really blame M3gan completely for what ended up happening.
No.
But in any case, the movie fails on so many other points. You touched on them quite a bit. We've all touched on them throughout the discussion. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's trying to be a horror movie, and then it's trying to be funny, and then it's trying to be dramatic, and it's trying to be this, and it's trying to be that, and it fails on all of them because it's trying to be all of it. And so for all of those reasons and many more, I got to give it a 4 too.
Okay.
It would be lower if it weren't for the animatronics and some of the aesthetics. And
Okay,
things, but
so for me, I'm gonna say that a lot of the cons for me are, it's not an R-rated movie. It should have been so much gorier. The death toll should have been higher. I think that they could have leaned more into whatever they were going for, whether it be action or horror or comedy, whichever one it was. Either way, it didn't land on either. It wasn't funny, and it definitely wasn't scary. It had a couple of kind of almost freaky moments where she's like running on all fours. Like that was kind of
It's
weird,
more-
but you saw it
yeah.
in the trailer, so
Yeah.
it was underwhelming in the movie.
yeah.
The part where she's dancing could have been freakier, but it wasn't because you saw it so many times all over TikTok and in the trailer. That wasn't freaky at all, and like you said,
It's
it happened
real
too
quick.
fast.
Underwhelmed.
Very underwhelming. It just
Dude just running back and forth in the hallways.
yeah, he's just like yeah.
It made me laugh.
It was
a
so
little bit.
dumb and so quick, and it didn't.
I like
land.
how he's telling him to close the door before he even gets in the elevator. Close the door. Okay.
So I didn't care about that. I didn't care about the best part of the movie was the last, like I said, 15 minutes or so of the movie.
The credits.
Yeah, the
No.
credits.
The credits.
But I will say that the cinematography was good. The music was terrible. The score
Yeah,
was not
I
good.
didn't even touch on that.
Yeah, the score was bad. The singing was awkward whenever she would sing.
Terrible.
It was bad.
I get where they're going with that, though. I mean, it's going to be a robotic voice, so it's
right,
not
and I
gonna be
get why she was
outpitched.
doing it. It was to soothe the kid or whatever.
That wouldn't soothe me though. I'd be like,
Uh-huh.
"Will you fucking stop?
Oh, would you stop?
Could you stop? Because you
So,
are scary."
but I will say that there were some good things. I thought the acting was good. Cinematography was good. The overall aesthetic of the movie, like it was a good, crisp movie. There are some pros in there, but they outweigh the cons. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do it a little bit better, and I'll give it a 4.5. Would I watch it again? I don't think so. I don't really want to.
God, you already did it twice.
I've already
man.
done
Like,
it twice. I
Poor
think
thing.
So, and I'm still giving it a 4.5. But it's just not. It's not my. It wasn't my cup of tea, man.
His retinas
Give
aren't
me
burned out.
if it was more gory and fun, or scary or something like that.
Yeah.
Give me something. But it wasn't any of those things. It was just like a lukewarm. Fucking.
It's because they wanted it to. They were trying to make it everything, and they couldn't decide on what they were doing.
They couldn't figure out what they were doing. So it wasn't fun. It wasn't scary. It wasn't exciting. It was just there. It was just a movie. You know what I mean? There was nothing that said, "Hey, we're going for this."
Yeah.
You know, and they didn't land it. So I just at 4.5. I couldn't. So from there, we're gonna get into our. Let's go ahead and get into our Rotten Tomatoes stuff.
6.
Hopefully, my camera don't die.
What kind of battery you need?
It's whatever. It's a rechargeable one.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much they cost. I'm gonna have to get on Amazon and look. So let's go ahead and get into our Rotten Tomatoes reviews. And you know how Rotten Tomatoes is gonna be on this score.
I got it.
I'm gonna say it's a critic fucking heaven.
Oh yeah.
So
M3gan.
with credit.
M3gan.
All right, let's start out with the critics score.
93.
93.
87.
Karen took it. 94.
Oh ho!
Certified fresh. Critics consensus says.
I politely disagree, but go ahead.
All right. Unapologetically silly and all the more entertaining for it. M3gan is the rare horror comedy that delivers chuckles as effortlessly as chills.
Did we miss fucking something? Did we watch
must
the wrong
have.
fucking movie?
I'm telling you, I think they buy critics sometimes on here.
Something, because this is not.
So, all right, let's do the audience score.
I'm going to go lower on the audience score.
I'm going with 87.
87.
Fuck you. I'm going to go 75.
Eric will take this one.
Ooh.
78%.
Well, I figured they were still giving it.
No, they're not as fortunate.
Well, at least they're being a little more honest.
And this is not a lie. This can't be a lie because audience score has 2,500 plus scores, and the critics are 287 reviews.
I was being generous.
So that's a lot. So audience says, as long as you aren't looking for something truly scary or even surprising, M3gan is often a lot of fun. I disagree. Let's read some fucking negative reviews.
Get some
because
negative
you
ones.
know,
Then I can
you know
start
somebody's on here
agree.
bashing the shit out of this movie.
I can
But I
start
want
agreeing.
to, yeah.
I got a half star here.
All right.
Okay, I can't believe how stupid and boring this storytelling is. You're not wrong.
But why though?
Right? Yeah.
I still
at
need
least
to
give
know.
your opinion.
Yeah, give a
Give you-
reason.
yeah.
Here's
give
a
your reason.
1.5. It said, hold on. Okay, it's not that terrible. I'm not sure why this movie got such great reviews. It had a very formulaic plot with predictable ending. It didn't have much of the dark comedy I expect from films of this genre, and it wasn't particularly scary. It also lacked any type of thematic questions about AI that might have made the plot substantive and interesting. It was a disappointment. See, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was
Here's
good.
a half star. Awful film, not scary and not that funny. 2 hours of my life I will never get back.
That's fair.
Yep.
Can't argue.
Yep.
He gave his
Gave
reason.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's do one more, and we'll get into what we're doing here. Okay, so here's another half star. It says, okay, absolutely terrible. Did not laugh and walked into thinking it was horror. I got it for free, and I feel cheated. got it for free and felt cheated.
I do too.
Give me my money back. Give me my money back.
Give me my money back.
Love Mark. Instagram Mark Y Bed. Mark _ Y.
Give me my free
Underscore
money
bed.
back, bitch.
$2.
Give me my money back. I got it for free, but I want my money back.
$2
I
plus
walked
tip.
into that movie theater and said,
Bitch.
I want my money
I
back.
want my money back. Okay, so
Get paid to get in.
do you want to do trivia first? Let's do trivia first.
do trivia
Is there a
first.
lot?
Hopefully,
I'm just hoping my camera doesn't die.
no, there's a.
They're blinking
page
on
and
us.
a half.
Fuck.
If it starts blinking, then we might have to stop and change cameras or something,
Okay.
which
Oh.
I know sucks, but
Yeah.
Okay. The writer for the film said the body count was much higher and the film much gorier. He hopes that the unrated cut does get released. So yeah, there is an unrated cut.
sweet.
Okay.
I'll watch that.
I'll watch that.
I will
too.
say I will watch the unrated cut and give it its
Maybe
fair
we'll
shake.
come back to that.
Megan's voice is modeled in part by another AI gone rogue, GLaDOS from Portal. This is most audible during scenes where her voice is auto-tuned to sound glitchy.
Okay, yeah. Actually, my son Gavin plays that game. Portal.
Yeah, I kind of noticed it when her voice would glitch out. I thought to myself, it kind of sounds like GLaDOS, but I thought like I was just making that connection because that's what GLaDOS would do. But no, they did that on purpose. Actors dressed as Megan showed up to the LA Rams Chargers NFL game on 1/1/2023 to help promote the film, and they even did a dance midfield during halftime.
Fuck that.
Yeah, the marketing for this was fucking insane.
the roof.
I bet they spent millions of dollars on the marketing.
Oh yeah. The idea of the film began when James Wan's Atomic Monster Productions was brainstorming story ideas and chose one about a killer doll. Although Wan produced Annabelle, he said pretty much the concept is about embracing technology too much and relying too much on it and what happens when technology runs amok. It's a commentary on the world we live in and it feels relevant.
And it also feels very overdone.
Yeah. Jason Blum said, is it Bloom or Blum? I can never
I think it's
remember.
Blum.
Stated that the film would have black comedy elements. Fucking where?
Right.
Which is why Gerard Johnstone was chosen to direct, saying we needed someone who can do thrills and set pieces, but who also has a cheeky approach. Juan admired Johnstone's film Housebound from 2014. If you guys have not seen that movie, watch it.
I've thought about watching it. I know what
Oh,
you're
it's
talking about.
fucking great.
I know what
It's
you're talking about.
watch it. I will say he did a great job with that one. Because of his ability to balance the horror and comedy elements by creating a tone that is both frightening and humorous. This sensibility was essential for Megan. Again, fucking where? He did do a great job with Housebound, though. I will say that. When the trailer went viral on TikTok, this is what I was talking about. When the trailer went viral on TikTok with teenagers, Universal Studios had the movie retooled to geared toward the younger audience, and that's where they fucked up. Several sequences make references and homages to Child's Play. The focus shots on Katie, and some scenes are inspired by frames of Andy, and the battle between Gemma and Megan is inspired by the climax of Child's Play between Karen Barkley and Chucky. I didn't really get any of that.
I didn't either. I thought that was kind of a don't redo something, because I did kind of get some of those vibes of Child's Play in here, and I'm like, why though? Why would you do that?
I didn't really get that at all. I got the only Child's Play vibes I got is a killer doll versus a mom figure.
It's the reliance of that doll and the child and things like that.
I get three feelings from this movie. I get the orphan, I get the Child's Play, and I get AI.
Yeah, that's all three of those rolled in. It's really all three of those movies rolled into this one movie.
Yeah. The physical design of Megan is based on screen icons of the 50s, like Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, and Kim Novak. So I guess that's where the ascot came from. Moreau, or Marat, I'm not sure how you say it, FX Studios created an animatronic puppet version of Megan that was used for dialogue and close-ups. A second animatronic was used for certain scenes that was posable and could be used in stunts. Megan making plans that work short-term but fall apart later, such as murdering Brandon or planning to make Gemma a vegetable show that she's functionally a child who's still learning. While incredibly intelligent, Gemma provided no support or direction and just expected her to figure it out on her own. So we kind of touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Kurt had been stealing secrets from his company. You talked about this. He was likely the reason why the rivals were able to produce a cheaper knockoff of the pets. He succeeded in copying Megan's data files. It's very likely he's already sold those files to another company or multiple, which means lots of duplicates being made. Also, the Elsie angle, how she turns and looks out the door, indicating that Megan uploaded her files. Both of these have opened the door for the sequel.
I already said that.
I know. That's just part of the trivia. And that's all I have.
All right.
All right. That's some good stuff. It's for a new movie. That's actually a lot of trivia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is where we get into the let's recast this bitch.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the whole show. I don't care what anybody says. It's so much fun.
I work hard on mine.
I'm not. I
get
didn't get
excited.
anything in this one.
So I'm going with, for my choice for M3gan, I'm going with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
as the dog.
Yeah, he's already played a fucking robot. Why not do it again?
Sure.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He comes in. He comes in. You ungrateful bitch.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him singing her?
You're not reclassifying it
trying
all.
to
It's still
dance.
just going to be Megan as Megan.
Oh, it's just it's totally
you're
Megan.
You're just
it's just
the
it's
voice.
just Arnold
Okay.
Schwarzenegger.
That's hilarious.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's
I
hilarious.
don't know. Megan Arnold.
Imagine him wearing the clothes and the long hair.
Yeah, you should make him dress
With the
that way.
ascot.
The ascot and
ascot's
everything.
He
the
has
best
to
part.
do the dance.
Yeah. Oh, totally
He
has
has
to
to
do the dance.
do the dance.
He's totally got to do the dance and everything. For sure. He's got to come in. He's got to do
go
the
up
little
against the
jig.
wall.
Yeah. I'm just picturing that right now. It's fucking great. And I'm not talking Terminator 2 Arnold.
Somebody has to
I'm
deep
talking-
fake that just so I can see it.
I'm talking totally jacked, like Conan,
The Barbarian.
Terminator 1, fucking Arnold. Like old school Arnold.
in an ascot.
Yeah, in an ascot. Like his bodybuilding days.
Oh god, that would be the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Get to the chopper!
Get back here, you stupid little bitch.
I will rip your head off of your neck. I love it. I'm doing that.
That's good.
Okay.
So what do you got, Karen?
I reclassified and recast it. So my
Okay.
Megan is going to be a coming of age story, sort of in the vein of Stand By Me, but it has a comedy spin. So Gemma is going to be played by Jennifer Carpenter, you know, the Deb from...
Yeah.
But she got to be played like Deb, so she curses a lot.
Okay.
And then Katie is going to be McKenna Grace. That's the lady or the girl who played Egon's granddaughter. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like her. She's a good actress.
yeah, and Megan is going to be Alita. Alita will play Megan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Bruce.
Because nobody's surviving.
Right.
Nobody's surviving.
Fuck no. Everybody dies. She's just standing
Everybody's
over
dead
by-
already.
Well, no, this is a coming of age tale, so Megan's good.
Yeah, no.
Reclassifying.
She's standing over the whole pile of dead bodies.
Yeah, this is
I don't like that. I think you should do that with Arnold
You,
Schwarzenegger.
no, we were reclassifying, and we're supposed to reclassify and
It's
recast.
her. It's her.
I know, but like to put Alita in there, she's likable.
Well, no, she's like Katie's protector. They're
Right.
going on like a Stand By Me adventure.
How about we recast Katie as Arnold?
No, there's
And
no
then
Arnold in
Alita is
mine.
the protector.
There is no Arnold in mine. That
Arnold
you want to
doesn't
see?
need
You want to hear the best
protecting.
fucking one?
Yeah.
Bruce is in my story. Would you like to hear who's
Hey,
playing
I
Bruce?
want to hear it. Yeah.
Arnold doesn't need protecting, so he couldn't be. No.
He does now. You seen how old he is?
Do you want to know who's playing Bruce?
Yeah.
Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh my. Oh yeah, that's good because he actually does talk.
Yeah, and that's it. That's my whole.
Oh, that's
Whole
good
one.
shit,
You need to
man.
get the fucking. What was that? A thinking mind.
I'm just imagining him walking down like those railroad tracks. Marvin.
Oh yeah. See, I'm thinking like you get Arnold in there to play Megan, and then you get like fucking Edward Furlong in there to play Katie, and then Sarah Connor in there to play what's her face, Gemma.
Nah, I like mine better.
That's it, dude. That's all.
Nah, I like mine better.
Yeah,
because mine's got a comedic spin. Mine's supposed to be like.
So does mine.
No,
it's not Terminator anymore. That's a fucking comedy.
You do your own. You do your own.
Arnold
Stay out of
Schwarzenegger prancing around in a
You
little
stay out of
dress.
mine.
Yeah,
Alright,
and the
this is mine.
dancing.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fucking comical.
This is mine. Mine is
I
already
get it. That's
reclassified,
fine.
redone. Mine's done. Stand by me with those people.
Stand by me with those people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've already got your next movie casted.
I have not gotten there.
I've already gotten your next movie casted.
I do have some in mind, actually, but yeah. I fucking love that movie.
I've already got it casted. I already know what I'm doing
yeah.
with it.
I forgot.
So
Anyway.
So yeah, I didn't really like Megan.
He hasn't done his yet. Oh,
I
yeah,
just
you
went
didn't
with
do
you
one.
guys because
Yeah,
I
you
had
just wanted
nothing on this one.
He had nothing.
I-
on
He
it.
had nothing.
nothing.
I
He
had
was
nothing.
done with Megan.
Right.
He was just done.
I pulled a Karen this week.
Hey, I did the last 2 weeks. I have put my heart and soul into
Into
it.
recasting it.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, this movie it wasn't good. I don't recommend watching it, or watch it just out of pure curiosity. If they come out with the unrated version, I'll totally watch
Oh yeah,
that.
I'll watch-
Absolutely. I want
Like I
to see
said,
that uncut.
We should
R
come
whatever.
back to it if they do a rated R. If they release a rated R,
I don't know
we should
about
come back to
rewatching it. Maybe doing like a 30-minute or an hour-long podcast
Yeah,
on
like a
it.
bonus
Maybe something like a little
feature.
bonus or something like, hey, we're gonna revisit this
Yeah.
as like a bonus episode.
Yeah, we could do
Yeah.
that.
You know, something like that. Maybe that's a maybe.
Only if it's good.
Yeah, if it's
only
good.
if it's good, because I
If
don't want
it's
to waste
terrible,
more of my
yeah.
life
If it's
on
terrible-
reviewing it if it's not even.
Yeah, like one
good.
of us can be the
We-
test
well,
dummy. Like,
we-
hey, I'll
yeah.
watch it. I'll
We
take
could-
one
we
for the
could all
team.
I'll take
watch
one for the
it, and then
team.
we could just like all get
Just
on
like
a text and just
yeah,
like,
if
you
it's
know
good,
what?
then maybe we could do a little
No.
mini cast on it. I don't know, like.
We should just all agree if we watch it, we all agree either we do the podcast or we don't.
Yeah.
Or we just dedicate a little bit of one, episode to it. Like, give it a good 10-minute shake on.
10-minute spiel. Hey, you should watch the.
Yeah, this
R
is why
cut.
you should watch the unrated version instead of the PG-13 version.
Don't do the PG-13 version just in general.
Yeah, just don't do that one at all. If it comes out with
Try your best to wait it out for the rated R one.
Yeah. Yeah. If they put anything in there that remotely says, "Hey, we vamped this up," whether it be the gore, the comedy, hell, even the action, the kill count, anything
anything at all.
ramp it up and give me something.
Yeah.
Because this movie was very, very underwhelming, and I don't know how the fuck it made so much money or why it has the score it has on Rotten Tomatoes. Blows my mind. Movies like this, it's like Matt said, I think they're buying reviews.
Well, but the box office numbers don't lie either. And I think that's the buzz, right? The buzz that it
And
created.
I think you're right. I think it's just appealing to a different kind of audience, like a younger
But there
audience.
again, has it been dropped? I haven't paid attention since the first weekend. Has the numbers been dropping?
What
The box office.
I
Oh, I
no
don't
idea.
know.
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know. Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But like, if the numbers aren't dropping, then I guess it just plays into idiocracy
I
working
guess,
its way
yeah,
through our
right.
generations. But that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole other fucking game right there.
Yeah.
So Karen, you want to tell them what we're watching next week?
Yeah. So
Hold on. Let me lay the groundwork for this. So next week is Karen's pick. We're not pulling anything out of the box for this one because this is a special pick, and this is one that she's wanted to do for Valentine's Day.
I made this decision last year.
Yeah.
Like, because this is like my favorite romantic movie in the world.
I was part of this.
Everybody's laughing at me and you guys will get it. So I'm not a normal girl. In any, I
You got her
guess
plot
probably.
synopsis and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not a normal girl, and this is literally like the most romantic movie I know. So it's called True Romance, and it's written by Tarantino.
He actually sold the rights, sold the script to this movie to and use that money to do Reservoir Dogs.
Yes.
Is it streaming?
No, but I own it. I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
Of course, I fucking own it.
know
So
you
this
fucking
is
own
this movie was made in '93, so it's a bit older, but I'm hoping the cult fans will be into this.
I think they will.
I hope so. So in the vein of romance and it being close to Valentine's Day. True Romance. Clarence marries Hooker, Alabama, steals cocaine from her pimp, and tries to sell it in Hollywood while the owners of the coke try to reclaim it. Lots of shooting, lots of death, lots of love and romance and hearts and happiness.
There are so many good actors in this fucking
yes,
movie.
there is. I will say some people here. So Christian Slater plays Clarence. Patricia Arquette is Alabama. Michael Rappaport, Bronson Pinchot, Gary Oldman, Dennis
Gary
Hopper,
Oldman's the shit.
Christopher. Yes, he is.
He's so fucking
He's so
good
great
in this movie.
Christopher Walken.
Oh,
And we're done.
oh, hold on. No, we're not. What's going on?
I don't know. What'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. It just like went back.
You broke it.
I didn't do nothing. It's blinking.
We're still talking.
Yeah. Brad Pitt,
We're not done.
Tom Sizemore,
Oh wait.
Samuel L.
what'd you do?
Jackson.
I think it turned off.
I think your battery went dead.
You're right.
So I guess we just talk. We're just talking.
Hold on.
It's got green. It's flashing green though.
It's doing something. Sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Fuck it. I can still hear it.
Yeah, we should have one of those like
I need a backup battery.
no, you need one of those like circular things that says, like we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah, I can put that on there.
Yeah, I mean-
I mean, fuck it. It's the end of the show. I mean,
right?
We're
Fuck
almost
it.
there, so just bear with us.
yeah, you just can't see us now. Who cares?
Yeah, so anyway, it's a little it's 2 hours exactly, rated R, like some movies should have been. And if you've not seen this movie, you really should watch it.
Yeah,
Eric. You're gonna.
I can tell you
I'm
right
sure
now.
I've already watched it, living with your ass. For so
See,
damn
now
long.
Karen
Maybe.
bitches and complains. She's like, you don't like anything I pick. I can tell you right now, I'm already going to give this one high score because I fucking love it. I love anything Tarantino.
Oh, I'm going to
And-
Tarantino your ass.
This is one of the first things he wrote, and you're talking about a motherfucker that knows movies, and I will.
I literally told somebody to watch this one time, and it was another girl, and she was talking about like romance movies and stuff, and like it was one of those times where I was like really sick of just listening to it, right? Like her lovey-dovey bullshit, and I was like, "Have you ever seen True Romance?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, you should
Oh, it's
watch
so
it.
good.
It's
It's such a good
so
love film.
sweet and it's so
Yeah.
nice." And she came in like 2 or 3 days later or whatever, and she was like, "So I watched like a half an hour of that. Are you fucking kidding me?" Nope. Nope.
It's fucking
I think
great.
I think it's very romantic.
That's back in like Christian Slater's glory days too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what was that one movie he did where he was the radio on he was doing the
Oh,
illegal
pump
radio.
up the jam, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Pump Up the Volume. I
Or
think
pump
it
up the
was.
volume, pump up the jam.
And that was another really good movie.
Sorry, that was on Paradise PD. He's like-
Talking about the song Pump Up the Jam.
yeah, he starts. That's why I was thinking about it. Sorry.
So anyway, so next week we are doing. This is kind of a short episode.
Yeah,
True
kinda.
Romance.
So next week we're doing True Romance. Join us, be there, and this will be our Valentine's Day pick.
Special.
Yeah, it's our Valentine's Day special.
A little early, but
Not well.
it's because it was my pick, and I
I
had
say,
I had
well,
this picked out.
Our
like,
next pick will be after
Yeah.
after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's
so,
true. Yeah.
So, am I supposed to find a movie to pick, or do you guys want me to
We're gonna pick out of this. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that, and then we'll be back to picking out of the box, unless something else comes out that we need to cover. But I don't know what the hell could be out.
Violent Night.
Violent Night. That's more of a Christmas movie. We could cover that over Christmas,
Fuck it,
I'm sure we will.
We'll cover,
actually,
we'll cover in
well,
June.
yeah, maybe
maybe, huh?
We'll cover it in June.
Like Christmas in
in
June.
June.
Christmas in June.
No, isn't it Christmas in July? Wait.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas in July.
Yeah, July.
But anyway, so join us next week. I know you can't see us anymore, but it is what it is. So join us next week. We're gonna do True Romance, written by Quentin Tarantino. And until then, we will see you, hear you. No, actually, one of that. We'll feel you.
We'll feel your eyes upon us.
We will feel you. I already
Oh.
feel you.
Oh God, it's so fucking sexual.
It's not. What's sexual about that? Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Get your
it's
mind
me.
out of the
It's
gutter,
me.
Karen. Yeah,
Yep,
it's you.
That's me.
His
Yeah.
pants are rising. Don't let him lie.
It's a good thing the video camera stopped. Someone around here is pitching tents.
Oh.
I like
Great.
camping. You guys, I went camping last week and it was fucking intense.
Some driftwood there.
Oh,
My stepdad tells me that joke
that,
all the
I
time.
love that. I love
It's such
that
a good
jokes.
joke.
Yeah, that's a good
Such
one.
a good joke. Anyway, I'm just stalling.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.